Your ears are larger than
Oh
I
my
remember.
god.
Legendary.
He is legit the cutest thing.
Have you ever wondered what all the furry fandom-based animals or species are? You ever wanted to learn more about the unique hybrids like Sergals, Manakits, Protogens, or Dutch Angel Dragons? This is the same intro you did last episode. Alright. Instead of going with the same thing we've done since the beginning of the series, let's just ask the obvious question. What's with the Shark-Wolf hybrid and why does it look like a slice of cheesecake? But heyo guys, my name is BetaEtaDelota, and today we'll be talking about the species of the furry fandom. The series dedicated to informing you guys about the need-to-know information on different furry fandom species. Any sort of animal created by furries, you name it, we'll discuss it. But for this installment, we'll be talking about probably the most requested species in this series so far, and I'm kinda surprised to see the sheer love for this one compared to the other two. I thought Protogens were the coolest things ever, and I even thought the lore behind the Dutch Angel Dragons was pretty interesting as well. But I'll say it, the fandom continues to surprise me with the love and creativity put into these different species, especially this one. I don't know what it is, but this species and the research I did behind it feels very different. It could be the more animalistic design or the immense lore behind its creation, but the fandom species we will be breaking down and talking about today is none other than the Sergal. The original Merp. Now there are a good few misconceptions and stereotypes that the fandom has placed on the Sergal species. On top of that, the lore surrounding their universe is so much deeper and information heavy than even the Dutch Angel Dragons lore. So I'll try to keep the information down to the essentials and what you guys really need to know in order for you to make your own. But with that, let's start with what Sergals are and more specifically where they came from. The Sergal is a sci-fi alien species created by Mick Ono, also known as Mick39 online. The species is actually one of 3 that live in the vast universe known as Vilis, which was brought to life by Mick Ono and a second individual known as Kiki Uma. The Vilis universe itself has been developed over quite some time, both from the original creators and fans of the lore and species. So for the sake of keeping this video relatively shorter, we'll be focusing on what's considered to be canon for Sergals. Of the 3 species on Vilis, Sergals are the more animalistic type, sporting traits similar to those of sharks, rabbits, canines, and several other animals. Their behavior and physical build also play into their animalistic nature, as most Sergals tend to be fit and agile while also having high susceptibility to nature. A simpler way of describing it is that Sergals are more in tune with nature and rely more on their instincts in their daily lives. Their personalities and individual behaviors may vary depending on the breed or region they're located in, but most Sergals tend to share the same simple-minded and optimistic sense of nature and the desire to just enjoy life. Now that's my type of animal. As for the physical traits of Sergals, they're pretty self-explanatory. They have long triangular heads similar to those of sharks, pointed ears and sharp claws, slender arms and digigrade legs, an elongated tail, and a body covered in floof. Though it may be hard to not call them shark-wolf hybrids just based on the design, their scientific classification is actually somewhere between mammals and reptiles, so I guess they can't really escape that stereotype. Now the specifics on how any Sergal may look are dependent on what you might want for one, but the options are pretty much limitless, and this kind of plays into the intention of why Mick Ono and Kiki Uma created the Sergal. In fact, what I'm more curious about is how did this species become a part of the furry fandom? Just from researching this universe overall, it seems more sci-fi oriented and doesn't seem like it would have that much of a relation to furries. In fact, Mick originally created the Sergal species back in 2003 as her personal creation, and yes, you can have an interest in cartoon and fictional animals while not being a furry. I do see some obvious reasons why people would want these cute beans as a part of the furry community. I mean, just look at them. Look at how precious he is. But my theory, and this may be completely off, is that the creators of the species and Vilis universe are furries, and they intended for Sergals to be open for anyone to use or create. And that goes on to my other point. Sergals are a completely open species. This means that anyone can create one as their Fursona without many design complications and can do whatever they want with them. If you want to stick more towards the lore side of the Sergal species in the Vilis universe, there are some general colors and design concepts you should follow, but that would only be if you wanted to research more on the species. I could always do a follow-up video on just the canonical side of Sergals, but that'll probably be a later thing. So now that we've covered more or less the basics on the Sergal species, I want to invite a very special guest on to talk about his experiences in the Sergal community, along with some fun little facts that I might have missed. And this boyo just so happens to be one of the main Sergals on YouTube, so please give a very warm welcome to Zabu the Sergal.
Alright, so it is very, very well and good to see more people wanting to reach out and bring more traction to the good old Sergals in our community. Living the Merp life is something that we've been doing for a very long time, and we're just gonna kind of just shed a little bit of tidbits of information for you guys just to kind of clear up a little bit of the mystery and further educate the people. Alright, so my experience as a Sergal in this community has been pretty positive. I mean, it was a little bit shaky to first start out out because, you know, Sergals, they were just kind of on the up and coming. There weren't a lot of us out here, but as I started, you know, making more videos and just kind of going to cons, meeting other Sergals, it's a really good experience. And because Sergals are so few in numbers, we stick together like glue. Speaking of Merp life, for the longest time, the phrase, well, not really the phrase, the sound Merp was just kind of a thing that Sergals used to just say. But now Mick actually added Merp to the Sergal dictionary of sounds, I guess you could say, the Sergal soundboard. It's a sound used by younger Sergals and like Sergal pups. So now we have officially trademarked the term Merp. Speaking of cheese, let's go on the subject of the good old Sergal cheese wheel. I know I've been a part of a number of cheese wheels in my day, and the main reason why the whole Sergal cheese wheel exists is because our heads have this little triangular shape, similar to a wedge of cheese. And so if you put a number of Sergal heads together, it does indeed form a wheel, and we've actually done this on a number of occasions.
Ah, the good old cheese wheel. That whole meme of Sergals being cheese wedges was actually how I found out about them, and I definitely don't regret it. One downside for me at least is that I haven't actually met a Sergal, as in like a fursuiter, not a real Sergal. Though it would be kinda cool, but no, just like a fursuiter. I think I've seen a few at previous conventions, but I've never actually gotten to meet one, and I kinda really want to after making this video. One thing's for sure though, if my fraternity brother Mason decides to become a furry, Zillion's got him covered. Regardless, Sergals are adorable beings, and I'm pretty happy to have them as a part of the furry community. Thank you Mikono and Kikiuma for creating such a vast universe and contributing so graciously to the positivity and creativity of the furry fandom. And on that note, thank you all for watching. Let me know what you thought of this video in the comments below. I want to thank Zabu the Sergal for helping me out with this video on such a last second notice. The link to his channel will be down below if you want to go and support him. If you wanted to learn more about this fascinating species, I'll be leaving a bunch of links in the description below to several wiki pages, artists, and leaders in the Sergal community who will be able to assist you. They helped me out a lot with the research process in this video, and I just want to say that your guys' community is awesome. And that's what I just love about these different Fursona species. They're so together and so welcoming of each other, and they're just willing to help others who want to learn more about them. I know that kind of doesn't make any sense and I'm going off script a bit, but I'm just saying, Fursona species communities are pretty awesome. And to those who went over the script and gave me feedback, thank you so much. Also, if you're a Sergal fursuiter at a convention, please feel free to say hi to me. I kind of really want a fluffy hug from a cheese wedge. Besides that, I've got nothing else. Have an awesome day, guys. And as always, stay life jacket. Take care.